if you weren't in your current role, what would you be doing instead? Well, that's a fun one.
I have always wanted to be a professor here at Rosen.
You'd be great.
I have literally told Dr. Brighter that so many times, she doesn't even want to see me. But it's not going to work out for me. And that's okay. So I was like, oh, I'll just go teach on my own. It's fine. No, I really would, I love to teach. I love to see people realize their potential and then just explode. So I would be a professor if I wasn't doing what I'm doing.
That's awesome.
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That means
that means you love what you're doing.
I have
exactly.
no idea where I am now.
Yeah.
And especially, I definitely didn't think I would have made the jump out of entertainment and back into nonprofits right before a pandemic.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I don't know what else I would have done. I've just let every step lead me to the next one so far.
That's awesome. I would say I don't know if I'd be doing great at it, but I would, I mean, I guess right now it would be kind of mute, but I would hopefully maybe potentially somewhere be on Broadway. That was like I wanted to be, I did musical theater growing up, and so that has always been an outlet, and I still love the theater pieces. But I don't know if I'd necessarily be on stage or more like behind the scenes controlling, since
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, would you be kind of like
stage managing,
everything? Yeah.
being in the wings per se, making sure still using the same skills that
Right.
make my current job wonderful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would hopefully be there. So
You'd be great at that. That's
Different.
how I got into it. I was
very
like,
different.
wait, I can use my analytical OCD crazy side and put that together with what I remember from being on stage to understand you'd be great at it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Luckily, we're not there yet,
Still
so
have
I don't
time.
need to do that yet.
When they reopen again.
Maybe.
So we'd-
Maybe.
Which that might be a while.
Hopefully, hopefully not.
All right, this is deep. Are you guys ready for this one? This one's deep. If you had to do it all over again, would you?
Go to Rosen? Yeah. Hands down.
I know, I'm like, wait a second. Is the question go to Rosen or is the question be in hospitality? I guess they go hand in
They
hand,
could go,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I
They
don't.
should.
I wouldn't do anything. I know. Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't do anything different. But I also feel like I mean, to some degree, I've had a charmed career life, and I'm aware of that. You know, like I knew what I wanted to do. I got a great job. I started my business. That's what I've always wanted to do. So
That's how I feel, pretty much identically. Like it is almost unheard of. I've been with my company for 8 years, and I
That's
got
so
my
crazy.
job through Rosen, through, at the time, was the Rosen listserv. It is not called that anymore, and I continue to forget the actual name of it now. But being given all these different job opportunities from the school, and again, talking about the support that you get by choosing to come here. I saw a job posting, I guess, and I was like, that's me. Like that, all of those. I fit all of those.
yeah,
And I applied, I got the job, and I've been with my company and growing with my company ever since, which I attribute a lot to what I've learned here.
Yeah,
So I would
absolutely.
100% do it again.
Yeah.
Very easily.
I can't imagine making the pathway I did if I hadn't done this. So I
Right.
think I'd have to do it all
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah.
Because I loved every bit of it. But without the groundwork I got here, I never could have survived the 12 different jobs I had at visiting. So yeah.
I think the only thing I would do different is I probably would have tried more areas of things. Because once I got with catering and weddings and events, I kind of stayed there. So I never worked in the hotel realm.
okay.
Just to say I did it,
right.
just to see if I was missing out on anything.
Yeah.
I don't think I am, but
No, but that's a good point because I do tell a lot of students that, while you're a student, that's the time when you get to say, I'm going to work 3 months in a hotel, I'm going to work 3 months for a trade show
Yeah.
company or at an amusement park, and use the fact that you're a student, that you're trying to figure out what path you want to take to really figure it all out, but also to learn. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a wedding planner now, and most people would say it makes no sense that I started in hotels, really, because how often do you need to know all the back end? But
you did.
All the
so
time.
much.
So
It's
much.
crazy. I tell people all the time, I use the fact that I know what an oversell is. I know I can hear when they're telling me something, and I'm like, That's not gonna work out. Or ballroom space is too small, like there's certain things that you pick up on, so I think, exactly like you said, it would be great to try all the different
Try all the
things as
things.
much as you can.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, I've got one for you guys here. What is the best advice you've received from somebody in the hospitality industry?
Ooh, I'll go first on that
Okay,
one. And I try to continue to spread this love.
okay.
But honestly, one of my favorite professors, Arian Raymond here, she once told me in my event management class to find something you're really good at and make it what you're good at. Like, have a niche, have
Excellent.
something that people can count on you for. And I definitely think I took it in the most not direct sense and ran with it. But for me, it was make sure that I am like reliable in communicating. Like, so for me, that's like any client, anybody that I hope works with me knows that I will always respond to you, even if I don't have the answer right away. I will get back to you. I try and communicate everything to make sure that everybody's on the same page. And I feel like having that skill makes people trust you a little bit more. So that's kind of, I feel as though I've made that my niche. And it kind of goes hand in hand with my zero inbox philosophy and that I will get back to you, I promise. But just being that, and it was by far the best piece of advice because it's kept me organized and it's kept me accountable to a lot of things as well.
Yeah, that's really good. I like that. I would say mine is just to always over deliver, and I mean that's so general, but in our industry, we are in a service industry, you know, and so really being known for, I say I'm going to do this, but I'm going to over deliver on that, and to always have a servant's heart, like to always have a servant's heart, no matter who it is that you're talking to. So whether it's a houseman, you know, a housekeeper, a bartender, it doesn't matter who you're talking to, but they're providing such value for your event and for your client. And so really appreciating and understanding that they're there to serve your client, but you're also there to serve them and make their job as easy as possible so that you all work together. So I think just always having a servant's heart and being ready to over deliver.
Yeah.
I love that.
I had a mentor at Disney who shared with me a quote. It stuck with her for a long time, and it came from Scott Burrows. And he says, "Be willing to fail, but unwilling to quit."
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And I
So
think that
good.
was, as things were burning down around me, sometimes quite literally at
Yeah.
events that I was working, you know, it was really good to remember we're always going to find an answer, and you just have to be unwilling to give up and just keep going. And I've
Yes.
carried that with me through every job that I had, and I really think it lights my fire in sometimes the worst moments.
Right.
Yeah.
To just like, don't give up, keep going. Don't end up in the fetal position somewhere.
But I also think that resonates right now, especially just to our industry as a whole. I mean, the hospitality industry is going nowhere. If anything, I think people are more than willing and eager to get
Out
back
of their house.
well, that, yes.
Yeah.
But to go back to live meetings and
Yeah.
meeting in person, or go travel, do tourism, go stay in, I mean, just travel in general. So, I mean, I think it's very fitting.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.